Hey, out there in the crypto world, got something special for you today. We're going to talk a little bit today about the Match X Pro miner. Now, this has been out a little while, about 9 months this miner's been out. We've had ours about 3.5 months hooked up. We've made about $330, $350 a month. Real steady. It's real easy to put up, to plug and play, much easier than HELIUM actually is. And it's actually in competition with HELIUM. I'm up here on a 3rd story. Right now, I'll try to show you this Match X Pro miner that we have hooked up, one of them here. Let's talk about this, how you can get one of these and what the actual profits are, and how easy they are and what purpose they serve. Let's talk about that right now in DeFi IoT Latin America. Before we begin, I need to make a disclaimer. Here at DeFi IoT Latin America, we are not professional financial advisors, or are we paid by any company to promote certain products. We here at DeFi IoT Latin America, we invest our own money. We take our own risks. We learn, we make mistakes, and we share what we learn, our successes and our mistakes with you. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe, hit the bell, give us a thumbs up, and write to us what more you'd like to learn. Let's go in now and see what else we can share with you. Okay, look, I'm not going to go in and try to share with you everything about the M2 Pro miner because there's a lot of videos out there. Just want to share with you guys basically something we've learned, and it's been there the whole time. We've just been so caught up in other projects. But I want to say this, that this miner, of all the miners we've been working with so far, has been the easiest miner to hook up and to run. Like I said, we've made about $330 to $350 a day. Right now, in about 3.5 months, a little less maybe, we've done $4,500, give or take. We have over 70,000 of the actual MXC tokens already saved up. The thing is you're not really mining with MXC. What you're doing is you're actually just kind of getting paid to help hook up this node, this hotspot that will actually create a system, a network, a lot like HELIUM. They actually compete a lot like with HELIUM. It's the same idea as HELIUM. You're working off the LoRa radio waves, and it produces a lot of the same concepts that HELIUM produces. They can actually coexist together, but they're actually kind of in competition with one another as well. Here is what we like about this. If you go to the screen, you're going to jump down. You can see this miner is Born to Mine. Costs about $3,000 to get this miner. However, this miner is in stock now. We took a long time to get it. Probably took us, a good 3 months or better, 3.5 months to get it in the beginning. We ordered right at the very beginning when this miner started coming out. Miner came out last year, and more the last half of last year, really. And so it's not really that old. You've got these miners now spreading out in the world. You've got quite a few thousand of these actually in existence. Not quite like HELIUM does, but they actually have a little bit better advantage. And the reason is because they're much more costly. Like I said, they're about $3,000 with the shipping. But you can mine in here the MXC. Well, you actually get paid for providing the actual network in MXC, right? You get paid MXC. You're making anywhere from about $11 to $14 a day. Depends on what you're streaming. You got the data highway, the DHX network, which you get paid also in data for staking MXC. Your miner will then be able to produce. Now there you can double your money basically without a whole lot more investment for staking MXC in the DHX, and therefore move yourself from making $14 a day, $11 to $14 a day, to $22 to $28 a day. And that's something we didn't do. I had one of our engineers who was focused more with GPUs in Latin America and doesn't really speak a lot of good English in that case. And unfortunately, had him install these, and he got off on something else and just kind of briefly looked at the GH section, said, well, we got to stake a lot, and didn't really look into it. It doesn't seem, it's not that difficult. So we haven't done it yet. As I was preparing to get into this, explain the MXC miner for people and share our results with it and show how easy it's been the last 3.5 months, then I realized, well, we made a mistake. He never followed through with this. So now I'm going to go back and we're going to stake in this. I wish I'd have done it now because, MXC has been down about 4 cents. Now it's moving just below 7 cents. It's actually going to move much higher than it was. 3 cents, almost going to double. So I'm going to have to put twice as much into staking as I would have had to later. Now, there are some projections that MXC is to raise around that 8-cent margin this year or a little beyond. Now, they are just pushing under 7 cents right now. So if we hit that 8-cent margin, then we actually have a 40% increase on where we start out the year. And so we look at it as MXC or the M2 Pro Miner as something very easy to get into. It's a little costly up front, but once you stake the DHX and then you stake right now about $350 more in to be able to mine Bitcoin, you're not really mining. It's just for data processing. You're getting paid in those coins. So you have the Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, it does about $1.50 a day right now. They're still in the testnet phase of that. But then we got coming up this year, the Polkadot. So it's the same idea. Apparently what MXC has is the MXC Foundation has a node, and out of that node, somehow they're going to be able to affiliate people that do more staking will be able to actually earn Polkadot for that MXC staking as well. So you're going to have to be, you can be able to earn, as you can see here, in 4 different areas. So just in brief, you know, there's a lot more videos out there that talk about the MXC miner. From our standpoint, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on it. Our standpoint, we feel that this is one of the easiest miners. I would have bought more of these miners had I known really what we could have done more with the staking. But then again, I guess that's my fault too for not following through with that. I wanted to share that with you guys that, you know, it's really important. You do your homework. Now, MXC is going to do some exciting things. And I really backed off and I wasn't real bullish on MXC. I just bought these to experiment with because I want to see roadmaps. I want to see projections coming down the road. With Helium, I see this. With Planet Watch, I see some of this starting to happen. I'm not really still thrilled about it, but the fact that they're trying to do some partnershiping with Helium tells me that, okay, maybe Helium might think they're going somewhere. I see that, you know, we look at some of these other companies coming out and some that have been there. We see the projections going forward. That's what we really like about Polkadot, just investing in Polkadot. So with MXC, I backed off, didn't like the roadmap, but lately I've been seeing a lot of action with MXC. I see them going somewhere. Recently, I've been, I listened to well, they started just the other day, about 3 days ago, came out a video. You can also link into, we'll put the link down below if you want to. You can go in that video and you can see that they're actually going to come out with this NFT, what's going to call an FNFT. So it's a fungible, non-fungible token. How that's going to work, I'm not quite sure, but how it's going to work through that miner, apparently, that we're talking about here. This jump, we'll show you another picture of this miner. Something else about it we like. Here's the miner right there. It's not very big. We have them hooked up already. So it's about yay big. I would say about maybe 10 inches, maybe by about 4 inches, maybe 2.5 inches wide or thick. Comes with 3 antennas. 3. It has a port for a 4th one, but that's a 5G, and you have to buy that separately. Right now, that's a 4G. It can adapt automatically to 5G. Now, look at this. It will adapt to any country. You buy the one miner, and it will adapt to any country. So the only difference is you're going to have that plug that's going to be more of a U.S. plug, from my understanding. But the miner itself will adjust to any country. Let's go here and just look at this. Industrial solutions, smart cities, the same idea as Helium. You know, it's to provide lighting, for cycling, for different types of GPS type signaling. You could even get into Wi-Fi, cell phone service coverage, etc. It's the same idea. Both can coexist from what we're understanding, and we are actually involved with both. One thing that I see here, you know, they have down here their own nodes also for agriculture. It's something that Helium probably needs to do that probably I would say MXC has an advantage on, is that their nodes, you can run out now and start another business with this too, going out and actually measuring agriculture, crops, or even you know, animals, for example, cattle, where you can track the cattle because of GPS systems, and you set this system up yourself, and you can actually charge people to run off the system with your nodes you have that you install for them, and you actually get paid by MXC for actually supplying the actual network. So there's 2 ways you can do this. Where Helium They have other compatible devices that are still way out there. Some are compatible, some are very difficult. You got to buy the Dragino, or you got to buy some more sort of a gateway to get into this. And so what we're going to do here, DeFi Added to Latin America with Helium and now with MXC, is we're going to actually develop another branch that's actually going to go out to the people and actually contract with farmers and so forth to generate another form of income that will create data that will also pay us more money with our miners, especially with Helium, for that data. So MXC, the M2 Pro miner is, look, it costs $3,000. It's a little steep to get in, but it's very simple to work, not like Helium. Helium is much more difficult. And this M2 Pro miner really is much simpler. Here's what we're going to do. Here's one downside to it. It's like a staking. What the money you make, you need to leave in. And then you got to stake more money to Bitcoin, about 350 bucks right now. Then you got to stake more money, which should be about the same, about $350, $400 right now. You have to stake more money to be able to go into DHX. And I'm for sure with Polkadot, it's going to be the same thing, right? So you leave the money in there. You also, when you're accruing your money, unlike Helium, you can take it out. So there's an advantage there. Cost less to get in Helium, and you can take it out, but it's more complicated. With DHX, you got to leave it in. If you take your money out, then your mining power actually reduces down, and you don't earn as much on a daily basis. So you can reduce that down from 11 to 14 to maybe $8 to $11 a day. So here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to wait till we get $10,000 again. Once the $10,000 is going to accrue, we're going to go ahead and pull that out so we can show you how to pull that out. We're going to buy 3 more of these miners. We're going to also stake the DHX and the Bitcoin. And when Polkadot comes out, obviously we're going to get staked in that as well. I didn't see a good future. Now they're talking about coming in and providing metaverse coverage so that you can actually build cities on the metaverse. How they're going to do that exactly, I do not know, but they have plans to get involved with the metaverse and be able to provide somehow so people can upload onto the metaverse. They're going to become a DAO now, which is a decentralized automated organization, right? So basically you're going to have more influence and be able to have more say in what goes forward with MXC. And they are now working with the Kusama network and the partner of the Polkadot as well. So we see a lot of good things now. I see a different roadmap, and I see that we're going to be able to be more involved with the MXC project. So we're coming out now with this video to say that we are going to develop ourselves more with MXC and buy more of these miners. You can still get these miners today. We're also going to get into these, as you can see here, these sensors we have down here, jumping over here to the miner. So you're at 2,500 euros basically. So about $3,000 with shipping is about what it comes out to. And you can get that 2 to 3 weeks delivery now. When I bought this thing, oof, was a long time out. Now here's one of the thing, a beautiful thing about this too that I wanted to just close this with. You can pay various ways, credit cards and with cryptocurrencies. Look, they got a whole smorgasbord that you can play with here, down here. The other thing that I like about this is power consumption is 3.5 watts on average, a peak of 6 watts. You're talking about a light bulb basically, running 24/7, very low consumption. We have Helium miners and we have the M2 Pro miner amongst the computers. We generate with 200 gigabytes of computer speed. We are generating, we run all these and we run GPUs. So we're not lacking at all here in the office, and we have a lot of computers. And those computers, most of those are all also mining with GPUs and playing video games during the day, as well as working and editing graphics for the videos. So here's one thing I like about this. It actually comes actually in a case, 16 case, is already weatherproof. You can put it outside. Now it comes to about, it can go down to about 40 degrees below zero and 85 degrees above 0 Celsius. So you're going to watch that heat side of it. So you might want to be able to protect that, keep that somewhat cool, maybe in a box with a fan to keep it cool if you're in a hot area, desert area, Texas, or someplace like that area. Even California, you got to be careful of that. So you want to be careful of that getting too hot. And the other is that it actually is enclosed for rain. So this is good. We like this. It comes all prepared. With the Helium, we got to go buy the boxes and put it out there itself. Now, unless we're buying the outdoor box, right? So I got the fly bothering me here, just buzzing around here, landing on my head. Kind of like what happened to Trump, I guess, during the debate. That poor guy. Anyway, so DeFi IoT Latin America. Hey, we like this project. I'm actually more bullish on the MXC project now than I have been since we bought the miner. And I wasn't really that, I was in it, but that's why I lacked on it. And there's been people that have run ahead with this thing. And basically, I should have taken this bull by the horns, which we're going to do now. And my engineers are going to put more focus on this as well. I will govern and help him with that and coach him along the way with this. We're going to pick up 3 more of them this year. So MXC, at DeFi IoT Latin America, we're bullish on this. If you want to know more how to actually get involved, open your wallet, really simple, the data dash is called, and actually stake so you can get involved to earn more money. We're going to do those step by step as we start doing them. So hit the bell, stay tuned with us, subscribe, and we will see you very soon.